We now have the ability in the software to create a raised satin effect. And this raised satin can be found under both the outline properties, and it can also be used for a fill property. What's nice about that is most of the lettering is generated as a fill type, and so we can select lettering, come down and select the option for raised satin fill. Now we've got multiple layers of satin stitching, and we can determine how many layers. How high would we like this to come up to create that three-dimensional effect? In Object Properties, go into the Fill Stitch tab, and if you've selected Raised Satin, you can now adjust the number of layers. 4, I think, is ideal. You've got your base layers, and then you've got 4 extra layers of satin stitching, and it creates just a beautiful raised satin effect. I'll select OK. One of the other options we have once you've selected a raised satin fill or outline is to create in the Edit toolbox a trapunto outline to surround it. Now this would be for a piece of fabric to be placed over the top, and then the outline is going to hold it down and create a trapunto effect, not with stuffing but with thread. Select Create Trapunto Outline, and now you can adjust your offset. The default is a 0.5, but sometimes I like to go up to, let's say, like a 0.8. You can even go up to 1 millimeter. I'll select a triple stitch and select a color of your choice and OK. I like to select an offset that's just a little bit outside, just to allow for the width of the fabric. And I don't want the stitching to hit my raised satin stitching at all. I want it to sit outside of that. And so now you've created a trapunto effect. But to tack down that piece of fabric, it's quick and easy to create a circle. So if I were to create an ellipse, I can draw a circle and enter again, select my circle. I could select my satin stitching and then just copy, paste, and if you separate so you can see your objects, select the first object, change the color, change it to an outline stitch, and now you have an applique circle, and you can adjust the position. So when you were ready to stitch this out, first you would have the raised satin stitching, so you would get that trapunto fill, and then you would lay down your piece of fabric, and the trapunto outline would hold that in place and secure your fabric. And then you've got your outline for the applique, and you can trim against this line, and then this satin stitching around the outside would finish your applique trapuntoed raised fill monogram.